All right. Welcome back to the Believe You Are a Good Mom podcast. I'm Emily Wardrop from Drop the Word Life Coaching, where we help moms of littles drop power struggle wars to create more peace in their parenting. We talked about peace in our parenting yesterday at church on Mother's Day, the most amazing Mother's Day talk I've ever heard. I don't have her permission for a shout out, but she knows who she is. And we all felt very seen and heard and understood. Thank you. That glorious talk. Anyway, she was talking about being overstimulated and just sensory overload as moms. And then we're expected to create peace somehow. We also talked about President Nelson's Peacemakers Needed talk in Relief Society. And again, we're trying to make peace amidst the chaos of littles is next level. Real deal. It's hard. So that is my jam here at Drop the Life Coaching. So if you wondered what happened to my intro, I'm recording this as video. So whenever I upload a video podcast, you don't get my little intro and outro. So if you ever notice there's no intro, then you can go to Spotify and watch the video, or sometimes I remember to upload it to YouTube. If you want to watch the video there, nothing special about the video today, just my 6 a.m. glorious self. I do have my love earrings on because we are talking about love today. So yeah. So yesterday was Mother's Day. How did it go? Did you check your expectations last week? Make sure the ones that you really, really, really expect to happen, did you make them happen yourself by making those expectations clear to those involved in the expectation? How did it go? Let's coach on all the thoughts and feelings post Mother's Day, shall we? Go to droptheword.com/appointments, sign up for a free RBC and we can chat it out. I know Mother's Day brings up a lot for a lot of people, so I'm here for you. Okay, today we're going to talk about your sacred body. So speaking of Mother's Day, if you're a mother, then you not only have a sacred body yourself, but you have participated in the sacred body creating of another person, which is like, let's stop and think about that for a second. Amazing, amazing that we get to co-create with God other human beings that were not on this planet before. It's amazing. So, that's a sacred privilege, right? Of creating other bodies. And we have this sacred body ourselves. So I want to talk a little bit about that, because what do you do? How do you treat something that's sacred? Like, what do you even think of when I say that word? Sacred. What's that even mean? So I think of reverence and treating it with love. So like I said, we're going to talk about love today. We're going to talk about loving our bodies. What? Exciting. Who wants to talk about loving their bodies today? So Satan has a couple chips on his shoulder, right? He doesn't have a body and he doesn't have a family. So he is always attacking us through those two things that he's a bit bitter that he didn't get. Okay. So we are frequently talking about loving our family here, right? That's our whole jam, right? Is creating peace in our parenting involves a lot of love of ourselves and of our family. Let's talk about this piece about loving our bodies, because they're a big deal. Like, we came down to earth to get a body. That is why we are on this earth. We've always had our spirit, or at least we're intelligences at some point. Who knows what happened before this earth life? We can't remember, but we're eternal beings, right? But we needed to be human beings for some reason, and we needed to have this body. And it is very important to the eternal plan of our souls. Okay, we had to have this body. So let's think about why that is and what is so special and so sacred about our bodies. So, like I said, Satan doesn't have one. He wants to use ours in every way possible to tempt us to give away our agency to him, because we all have agency. He used his to decide that he didn't want to go with God's plan. He wanted to rebel. So clearly we had our agency back before we had our bodies. And now, in order to keep control of ourselves and our agency, we make decisions regarding our bodies that that affect whether we continue to enjoy our agency or not. So our bodies are subject to addiction, prone to brain hijacking, right? And the more we learn about the brain, the more we understand how we can take control of our own minds instead of just going on default and feeling like, I don't know what happened. I just lost control, right? And so that's what it's all about, right? Is that this earth life, it's all about our bodies, about agency, about learning and growth and development. And a lot of that had to involve our bodies. So, just contemplate on your own. What do you think? We've always been a spirit. So why did we need this body? And why are we so hard on it now? So this is what I want to talk about, because I want to talk about body love. And the opposite of body love is what we usually do to our poor sacred bodies. We judge them, we criticize them, we continually tell our bodies that they're just not good enough, right? It's absolutely incredible what our bodies can do. Nothing like getting a diabetes diagnosis for your 3-year-old to realize how incredible your body is. Like just that one organ, your pancreas, what it can do. Because once it says kaput and you have to be a pancreas, you're like, now I appreciate what the pancreas was doing all along. So how about all the other organs? Like what's your liver doing all the time that you don't even have to think about? It's mind-blowing to think about the functions of our bodies. And do we take any time to think about that and appreciate, or are we always just constantly judging, telling our bodies they're not good enough? They're not functioning properly enough, and for sure they don't look right. Okay. So what if we treated one of our sacred, beautiful children like that? What if we constantly belittled them, constantly told them they weren't good enough, constantly told them they needed to change? We wouldn't do that. Like we have to recognize that our own selves, literally our physical body, is sacred and worthy of all the respect and reverence that we can muster. And so we need to get conscious of what we're thinking about ourselves. This is another thing we talked about in regards to President Nelson's talk yesterday. I kind of made I feel like a broken record comment, but I'm like, yeah, we can work on being nice to other people, but if we're not being nice between our own ears about ourselves, then it's just faking it, right? Like we're trying to be nice on the outside, but on the inside, we have all the judgments of ourselves, which just puts our judgment lens on. And then we're judging the world and ourselves and being critical of everyone. And that's the opposite of the peacemaker message that he is trying to get us to change the world by changing ourselves and how we talk to ourselves and to and about others. Okay. So let's start with our bodies, shall we? What are we saying to ourselves about our bodies? And why do we do that? I mean, there's an easy why, because Satan is attacking families and bodies. Okay. And so let's not let him have that much control. Let's take our agency back, have control over our own selves, and treat our bodies with the love and respect and reverence that they deserve. Okay. So, our bodies, I believe, are our user manual from God when he sent us down to this earth. So a lot of times we say that like with parenting, right? Why didn't this child come with a user manual? And of course, there's like a million books and things that people have written now to try to help you, know how to raise a baby and child and all the things. And that's what we talk about all the time, right? But what about just in general, our own life experience And yeah, we talk about how we have scripture and prophets and things like that to help us navigate life, but God gave us something very individual, like very individual, because even twins are individuals. So our very own body tells us what we need for us as an individual. It's not even one user manual for everyone. Each of us has our own body. And if we listen to our body, then we get cues on what it needs and what we need. What we need, not just physically, but our bodies, our minds, our spirits are all connected. And so when we need something mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all of the above, we're getting hints from our bodies and we're just not listening. We're shutting it down with things like, oh, that's just hormones, or it's that time of month. Sorry, I'm grumpy right now. And like, why can't I snap out of it and get some work done? And like, a woman's body is made to cycle in a 28-day cycle. A man's body is a 24-hour cycle. And so our whole world revolves around a man's body that that it gets rest at night and it wakes up refreshed and ready to go, and that every day is a new cycle. But for women, we have a 28-day cycle. There are some days that need more rest, some days that we have more energy, some days that we don't. And so learning about that and understanding that and being able to tap into our bodies and not force it to do things that it's not feeling like doing is where we get optimal usage out of our bodies, right? It's like when we maintain them the way they're asking us to, then we can get the best function out of them instead of trying to force our bodies to do things that they're screaming at us that they don't want to do. Okay. So our body, our brain is like a toddler. You know what toddlers do when they need your attention? Mom, 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 mom. Or, ooh, like my baby who doesn't talk yet just pulls on my shorts. Oh, it's the worst. Hate that face. I'll take the mom, mom, mom over. Actually, that's pretty annoying too. Anyway, the point is that these kids, when they need our attention, they're pretty insistent about it. Our brains are like that too. Our brain is sending us messages all the time. The thoughts that we have in our brain create a feeling in our bodies. And so if we tap into our body, then we can receive those messages. And those are called emotions. What? Our feelings are not a problem that need to be fixed. They're a message from our brain. So if we just listen to what that message is, where's that message coming from? Well, our brains, but like God has given us this body in order to have the guidebook we need to know how to take care of it in all the ways. And so if we're feeling the need for some rest today, we need to respect our bodies and understand that it's a rest day and do the best we can, right? With a house full of littles to get the rest that we need. Okay. Or whether it's to drink more water or eat whatever, or however messages from our body that we're receiving on how to take care of our body physically, also spiritually, also emotionally and mentally. All the messages are there. We just have to learn how to listen and how to obey the messages from our body, because if we don't listen, then it's like that toddler that's just going to tell us over and over and over until we have literally physical pain in those areas of the body that message has been sent over and over and over, and we just keep ignoring it, stuffing those emotions instead of processing them, working them through, figuring out what the message even is. Because even if you breathe through your emotion, you feel it, whatever, the thoughts are still firing like crazy because you're ignoring that thought. So you've got to treat your brain like the toddler that just needs to be acknowledged, and then it'll move on. Okay. So, all right. Hold on. What's this note say? Oh, yeah. So if you have questions, ask your body. Your body has the answers. Is that interesting? So if you're trying to figure out what you should do, tap in, because we like to look outward to the experts to tell us what to do. It seems easier, but it's really not, because you get lots of different information and then you go into overwhelm and do nothing. So if you really want to know what to do, tap into your inner knowing. Your inner self knows what's best for you and yours. So that's one of the things I'm really passionate about, and I love to help my moms with, is becoming your own parenting expert. We don't need all the books and the blogs and the Instagram accounts to tell us what to do. All those do is confuse us, because it's a lot of good ideas and you can't do all of those. And then it makes us feel bad because we can't do them and we're supposed to and we should, and so-and-so said, or whatever. Who cares about what so-and-so said? Go in to yourself, find the answers, and then you'll know what to do. Okay. So, it's a sacred privilege to have these bodies, right? It's a sacred privilege to be a co-creator with God, to make other sacred bodies. And let's treat ours and our kids like they are the sacred bodies that they are. So here's the thing about loving your body. Everyone always thinks, well, if I just love myself, I'll let myself go. It's the same with the parenting that we talk about all the time. Okay. I know that you think that beating yourself up is a way to get better, but it's just not. Talk about broken record. What do I say all the time? You cannot beat yourself up better. So if you're trying to be a better mom and you're yelling at your kids, you cannot yell at yourself for yelling at your kids. You're just going to be in a worse mood the next time. The kid is a kid, and then you're ready to blow up all over again, even worse. Okay. We have to love ourselves into change. You cannot beat yourself up better. The only way to change is love and acceptance. So remember our AAA battery framework that we use for all coaching. So we get the awareness, right? That's what I'm asking you to do, is pay attention to what you're thinking about yourself, about your body. How are you treating yourself? What are you saying about your sacred body? Once you get that awareness, you cannot judge it. The second AAA battery is the magic sauce: acceptance. We accept where we are right now. Okay. So your body goes through a lot when you develop a child inside of it. So a lot of people want to talk about, oh, I haven't gotten the weight off yet, right? From like having a baby, we put on weight, right? Why do we put on weight when we have a baby? Because the baby needs everything, all of the nutrients that the baby gets is coming from us. And so our bodies know how to take care of another living being inside of us. And we're probably not listening to our bodies. We're mostly just doing whatever we want, right? Which is normal. So if we get back into our intuition, back into listening to our bodies, right? Then we know how to best take care of it. And it may not be to just be forcing ourselves to try to lose a baby weight right away. Okay. It was accumulated for a reason, and it'll stay as long as it needs to. And let's just love and accept what is. If we just focus on how amazing our bodies are, how sacred they are, and stop trying to fit into some sort of ridiculous mold in our mind. It's just like mothering, just like I talk about every time. What is this big, long list of expectations we have of ourselves to qualify as a good mom? And what is this big, long list of expectations we have for our bodies to qualify as a good body? Because I'm pretty sure if I was in a room full of women, every single one would say that they are not satisfied with how their body looks. Every single one. And that is why the weight loss industry is so successful, because Satan has got us on this one, ladies. And it's really sad, because your body is sacred, no matter what it looks like. Like loving and accepting it exactly as it is the only way to change. But also, you don't need to change, because it's perfect exactly how it is. So for some reason, we think that we need to look 14 for the rest of our life. But 14-year-olds didn't create other bodies in their body. And the natural aging process, like, we're going to start aging. We're going to look different when we're a different age. And we just have to get conscious of the subliminal subconscious programming that we've received through our whole life, right? And start thinking some thoughts intentionally, like my body is sacred and it's amazing. And it's incredible what it can do, what it does do, how it takes care of me, and all the other thoughts that I've shared on this whole episode. If we focus on that, it's a little less intrusive, the thoughts about how it looks and how it doesn't measure up to whatever unrealistic expectation we have in our mind of what a body should look like. Your body should look exactly how it looks because that's how it looks. And so what? Okay. So if there's something about your body that you don't like and you want to change it, great. But I promise you, beating yourself up is not the way to change. So body love, it's all about love. Okay. This is what I talk about on every single episode on this podcast, is that the way to change is through love and acceptance. We love and accept where we are. We're imperfect moms and we are good moms. You are good. Your body is sacred. And if you want to change something, that's fine. We can work on that just for fun, but not because you'll be any more worthy on the other side of it. Okay. So, like I said, weight loss, #1 industry. So I am a life coach, right? Certified at the Life Coach School, and Brooke Castillo from the Life Coach School, based her whole empire is built on weight loss. That's where she developed all these tools. And I was certified as a life and weight loss coach. So I have quite a few tools in my toolbox that can help people lose weight. But I'm telling you, you don't have to lose weight. What's wrong with your weight? Nothing. It's just a number. It's just the Earth's gravitational pull on your body at that moment. So every time you step on a scale and you see a number, then remind yourself that you're 100% worthy. Love and accept yourself where you are. That number means nothing about your worth. Nothing. No one's body shape or size or color or constitution means anything about their worth. We are all daughters of God, 100% worthy. From the day that we're born, forever and ever, nothing ever changes your worth. Not your works, not your weight, not your not the way you treat your kids. Like, you are worthy. And we're human and we make a lot of mistakes. And that's fine. That's part of the learning and the growth. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you need some support in loving and accepting yourself to get the change that your body and your soul are craving, we can go into our third AAA battery of alignment. You are good. And you feel out of alignment when you do things that aren't good because you are good. So if you're feeling like this is not the body that's the most aligned with your soul, we can change it. But I'm telling you, it all starts with loving it as is. So that acceptance piece is really important. And it's really counter cultural and counter what your brain is used to thinking. So it takes a lot of time and effort and work to reprogram your brain, but it's possible. Neuroplasticity has been proven. So that's what we work on in coaching, is to believe new stories, to change your thoughts in order to feel a different way and get a different result. So like I said, I got all sorts of tools in my toolbox for weight loss, but the secret to weight loss is self-love, and I can help you with both of those. So I'm actually opening up a new coaching package offer about self-love to weight loss. So if you're interested in this, if anything in this episode resonates with you and you want support on your journey, it's an 8-week coaching package where we'll get on a coaching call every week and dig into the thoughts and feelings that we're trying to reprogram, trying to drop the limiting beliefs, and mostly just loving and accepting what is, and dealing with all the brain drama that comes along with having these bodies and being in this life. And hopefully, we can make the challenges of this life fulfill their purpose of learning and growth and development, instead of just keeping you stuck spinning your wheels. So I would love to support you on your journey. If you're interested in that, go to dropthewar.com/appointments and let's get started. So there's no outro. So let me just remind you that if you haven't gotten your relationship boost call yet, let's get on a call and boost some relationships. And spoiler alert, it's always your relationship with yourself. So if we're struggling with some outside relationship, you got to take a look at how much we're loving and accepting ourselves also. And that will help with every other relationship. So hop on one of those calls. If you're interested in the weight loss coaching package and you just want to chat about it before you commit, then sign up for that free RBC and we can talk about it there also. So thanks for listening. If you're interested, I'll see you online. And if any of this resonates and you want to share with your friends and family, please do, because we have a pandemic of negative self-talk about our sacred bodies. So let's fight that with the antidote of charity, right? Like the prophet says. So we need to have charity for ourselves first and for our sacred bodies. Okay. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.